Little one Paul here. Today I'm going to be going over the new indicator that I just bought. I made a video about it yesterday, so watch the video if you want to know more about it. But I kind of want to look at using this indicator, and whenever I'm going to be looking at it for crypto, and I'm going to be looking at it for Forex because Forex opens later today. So I'll have a better look at it tomorrow for Forex, but today I kind of want to look at it with this new indicator with doing it with Bitcoin. But I want to look at Bitcoin on a weekly basis to kind of show you what it shows in its charts. And from what I can see right now as to looking at Bitcoin with this indicator, is it looks like the signal going up might be getting a little weaker, at least on the weekly. We'll take a look at it. So I'm going to throw in the new indicator that I got, and we're going to look at the statistics of where Bitcoin could be going. This is Sunday, so it's going to be the end of the week candle. So we can kind of see the overall direction of where it might be going overall, whether it's going to be going up or down. So let's take a look at that, and that's today. We're going to be looking at Bitcoin on a weekly, and I want to try and look at these longer time frames. I might look at maybe the 6 hour or the longer time frames to generally see where Bitcoin is going right now. But I'm going to load up my charts, and we're going to see where everything's going. Okay, so this indicator here I just bought on Black Friday. It is the Ghost Market Pro, so I will put links below. What they do is they offer a live video on a 1 minute time frame, so you can check that out for free. Your link will be below. You'll be able to see it for free in action, how it moves. But what I do with this indicator, and it is a paid indicator, I use it on longer time frames. That's why I bought it. I bought it to look at the longer time frames with this indicator, because the 1 minute time frame, it may show you like how it works and all, but you'll get more results by looking at everything in a longer time frame. So let's look at Bitcoin on the longer time frame using this new indicator here. So one feature that it has here is it has the ghost line, which kind of gives you an estimate of where it could go. It's not a guarantee that it's going to go in that direction, but it shows you potentially where the price could be going. And this is on the weekly of Bitcoin, so what it's predicting from its AI is that Bitcoin is just slowly going to be going up and up as we enter into the end of this year and entering into next year. Because you got a lot of things going into next year with the ETF and the bull run and all that. So the price is more predicted to go up in the future. But what we can tell right now by looking at it, if we look at Bitcoin, we're looking at Bitcoin on a long-term trading strategy. So if you're trading on the weekly, you're going to be holding this trade for a long time. So a couple strategies that you can go. You could have come in down here. Okay, so you could have come in here, which is the start of October 2nd, and you can see this with this indicator, and which is why I really like this cloud here. You see the movement, you see when it's going to start going up, and long term you can hold for a long time, because if you came in right here where the candle on the weekly prints a yellow, and it links with the cloud here, and you would have just been able to ride this entire thing. So if you did ride that entire candle there from here, and if you rode this out all the way to now, which is 49 days, you would have had a Satoshi return. If you were trading Bitcoin, you would have made, this is based off of, if you're doing, the way I do it with Forex, and I trade on Forex, so I don't use BingX or anything like that, but you can. But if you do the same thing that I'm doing, you would have made, that's 1 million Satoshi. You would have made 1 million Satoshi in this trade for the last 49 days. This isn't even the bull run yet. So doing this small 49-day trade, you made 1 million Satoshi. Now, I go into this formula where during the bull run, I'm going to be at least 10 timesing my Satoshi. By the time the bull run happens, I'll be either 10 to 100 timesing my Satoshi. So this little run here, you basically would just add another 0 at the end here. You basically would add another 0, and that probably would have made, that run right there is about 10% of a 0.10 of a Bitcoin right there. So anyway, what I want to kind of look at here, the overall direction right now is that, long term it's going to be going up and going into the next year. But what we can see right now, what I can see is if we look at the cloud right here, where it started here, this is when it started, and you can see that the signal is getting a little weaker right here. This could very well end the candle here, and it could start going down. What I'm thinking is there's going to be a little bit of a dip. So we could see that the cloud right here is getting weaker on the weekly here. So it looks like Bitcoin might be going down just a little bit because this is getting weaker. So it might start to get a little bit weaker, start to go down, but overall, long term, we don't know how far down it's going to go, but overall, it's going up. You can see if you look at these two lines right here, I don't know which ones these are, but the space between them is pretty far, and when the space is far, that means that it's going up. Long term, it's going up, but it might take a little dip here for maybe a week or so. We're entering into the start of December. It might go down just a little bit, but overall, we don't know how much it's going to go down, but I can see it right here that the little white area here is getting weaker, and the yellow area here is getting weaker on the weekly. So if that happens, probably in about a week or two, it's going to start going down a little bit. It's already started to go down a little bit. But let's just look at a couple other examples in the past here. If you traded Bitcoin on a weekly and you do the same thing I do, and you use Forex as a way to trade Bitcoin, and you're basically trading Satoshi you're basically trading whatever asset you want to make more Satoshi. I've made videos about it. But if you focus where either the dot right there, or you see the yellow cloud starting right about here, and you could have come in on this trade right here, or you could have come in on where you see it happening right here where it starts to go back up. You can ride that one too. But what I want to do is kind of show you guys the last bull run. The last time the bull run that we had was up here where it hit 68,000. So I'm just going to give you some numbers here. This was the bull run right here. So we see that it printed out a yellow candle right here. So if we came in right here and did the same thing I do with, I trade with TradeLocker with, that's how I trade Bitcoin. So if we rode this entire bull run up here, if you rode this out with just a 1 Satoshi wager, you would have made, let's see, that run right there is about 2%. That's about 2% of a Bitcoin. 0.02 right there. So I'm going to punch in that number real quick, and we're going to see how much we could have made in the last bull run doing my trading method. So we got 291, let's see here, 2917882. Oh, I didn't want to. 2917882. So we times this by 1 Satoshi, which basically, if you did your lot size at a 0.01, you'd be making this exact amount. But if you managed to do 100 times, which is what I'm trying to go for in the next bull run. If you did 100 times, this is the last bull run. And this is the equivalent of making close to 3 Bitcoin. So if now 100 times in your Satoshi on doing Trade Locker, it's really easy to do. All you have to do is wager $1. You just have to wager $1 lot size, because $1 lot size is 100x of Satoshi. So that will bring you to that would have brought you to 3 Bitcoin in the last bull run. And it doesn't end there. It does not end there, because that's the ride up with the bull run. You could also ride it down right here. Once it starts and everybody starts freaking out and selling, you could have rode it all the way back down to, well, you could ride it all back down to here when everyone started freaking out. And when everybody started freaking out, that was a total of, that's another 4, that's a 0.04. That is a 0.04 if you did with just 1 Satoshi. That's about, that's about 4 Bitcoin, I believe, if you rode it on the way down as well. So on the way up, it was about 3 Bitcoin, and on the way down, it was 4 Bitcoin if you did 100x going up and then 100x going down. So that entire run would have made about 8 Bitcoin. So what's expected into this next bull run coming up, everyone's expecting it to go up to at least 100K. So you could do those numbers for yourself. But anyway, short-term Bitcoin might be going down a little bit, but overall it's going to be starting to go up. We don't know how much down it's going to be going, but right now it looks like it might be taking a breather and going down a little bit, but then it's going to start going up as we get closer to the end of the year and we start going, with the ETFs and the bull run happening and halving and all that. Bitcoin is slowly going up from what I could see with this new indicator. But anyway, if you guys like this video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in future videos.